Hello student, my name is Rohit Kumar. I am social science teacher from Maples Academy Devan. Student, today we are discussing about the chapter number 2 in history, kings and kingdom of the early medieval period. Now, in the early medieval period, there were many wars among the regional kingdom of the both North and the South India. These wars led to the frequent rise and fall of the kingdoms. The early medieval period were often fought for a control over the strategic regions such as fertile tracts, important trade routes, coastal areas. For example, from the 9th to the 13th century, the three powers of the Palas of Bengal, the Gujrats, Pratihars of the Western India, and the Rashtrakutas of the northwestern Deccan, and competed for the control over the Kannauj. This was because of the Kannauj was situated in the heart of the Ganga plain, and the plain could be the best control over from there. And these three-partite struggle involving the three powers weakened all three contestants. The Rajput kingdoms in the early medieval period, various Rajput clans established the kingdom in the different parts of the western and the northern and the central India. These kingdoms frequently fought amongst themselves, and after the decline of the Harsh Empire, the Gujarat Pratiharas, a powerful Rajput dynasty, rose to prominence in the North India. Pratihara rulers conquered Kannauj and made it his capital, and he became involved the three-partite struggle, and the Pratiharas declined after they were defeated by the Muhammad Mahmud and the ruler of Afghan town of Gajna in the AD 1018. The four most important Rajput kingdoms that rose on the ruins of the Pratihara kingdoms were the Chandela of the Bundelkhand, and the Pramars of the Malwa, Solanki of the Gujarat, and the Chamnas of Delhi and Ajmer. Now the peninsular India, in the North India, the early medieval period were fought for the control of the strategic region such as the fertile tracts, and like the North India, peninsular India too had several kingdoms which constantly fought amongst themselves in the northern western Deccan, and the Rashtrakuta of the Magh rose to prominence under the Danti Durga in the 8th century by overthrowing the ruling Cholukyas of the Vapatis. And the Chola dynasty, the Chola of the Thanjavur, the Chola dynasty was a prominent kingdom in the South India. The ancient Chola kingdom was situated in the Kaveri Delta, and with the Urayur, modern Tiruchirappalli, at its capital, and it rose under the Karikala but declined under the successor. And in the 9th century, Vijayalaya, a Chola chieftains, ruled over a small territory lying in the north of the Kaveri, and he conquered the Thanjavur and made it its capital. He also extended Chola ruler over the region around the Thanjavur. His successor defeated the Pandyas, Madurai, and the Pallavas of the Kanchi, and the ruler of Sri Lanka. However, the Chola suffered a setback AD 1949 when they were defeated by the Rashtrakuta. The Rajaraj first, the Chola recovered their power under the Rajaraj first, who established the control over the large part of the Deccan with his powerful navy. And Rajaraj first conquered northern Sri Lanka and established control over Lakshadweep and the Maldive island. The Raja first had the famous Bridwara temple, also called the Rajeshwara temple, Raja Rajeshwara temple, built at the Thanjavur. The art of making the bronze statue flourished under the Raja and his successors. Now the Pandyas and the Chera kingdom. The Pandya rule over the southern Tamil Nadu, and were famous of their contribution to the art and literatures. The Chera kingdom was located in the present day Kerala and Tamil Nadu, and these kingdoms maintained friendly relations and often engaged in trade. Now the role of the temple. The role of the temples, the Chola temples were not merely places of worship. Here, Brahman prize impaired the education in Sanskrit, and important meetings were sometimes held inside the temple complex. Now, the fairs were organized during the religious festival. The temples gave employment to a large number of people, including priests, image makers, garlands makers, musicians, and dancers, cooks, cleaners, and so on. The Carnatic music and the classical dance form the Bharatanatyam developed in the temples as devotional art forms. And condition of the common people, the practice of giving the land grants brought the land of a several small peasants under the control of the Brahmins and the temple. The peasant whole lands were given to the Brahmins or temples were given poor quality land in exchange. As a result, they become poorer and many were reduced to the status of the landless laborers. The majority of the people were those who labor for their benefit of the rest of the society. The lowest castes were discriminated against by the upper caste and many restrictions were placed on them. For instance, they were not allowed to draw water from the villages and wells, not allowed to enter the temples. Now, the Vijayanagara Empire was a powerful kingdom in the South India. During the 14th century and the 15th century, it was for its rich culture, literature, and impressive forts. And the empire fought against the invasion from the northern kingdoms and preserved Hindu culture. Now, the culture contribution of the early medieval period, king of this period patronized art, literature, temple buildings. These kingdoms are also contributed to the development of the languages like Tamil, Sanskrit, Kannada, and temples like the Brihadeshwara and the Khajuraho showcase the architectural brilliance of the time. Now, the conclusion of this chapter is that the early medieval period was a time of the dynamic growth and change in India, and many kingdoms' dynasty play a vital role in shaping Indian history and culture. Understanding these kingdoms help us appreciate the Indian rich and diverse heritage. Thank you. This is